Okay, it's a former sound so and we say you higher all sport GHL YouTube Yamia Dom. You won't come, your fame, be fine. You won't come on, and we just witnessed the Barcelona Sociedad game. 7 games across board out of the Spanish La Liga. Ideally, supposed to give you a maximum of 21 points. They say Barca a stroke Quadano Castle walk Quadano or Marco Quadano 19 points, Real Madrid 18. Hey, Madrid. Well. Let's have a conversation and there are a lot of stories say they want some medical bro and you might be brave and they see Arsenal game and share and you might be brave but anyway let's have a conversation Biggie Bagu Mini abi bia say
fine
fantastic and Barca game no more but unim dey see your first half na kunumu aye den second half Barcelona had to make changes for Lamine Yamal to come in. Lamine Yamal e fa ball no a o twetwetwe won mo koye assist no unim obi a din ba me trim baby Joe ne nyom ne ball me trim sa and me say ya hwe ball baby Joe hey Lamine Yamal obi
player Belie of FIFA what can show FIFA
of Spain
and one
you know say to say
Yama hey obagbe mi of FIFA omisi of Spain Yama kwa obagbe mi kwa of info of Spain Barcelona Barcelona bobo yenye the catcher will say Yama or Fabo as a magnet. So that's no yero. Big it on a big machine. Pastor Bobo no, who do never see from Sa, the best from my yeda. And then against the bar, said them mama for against one, who be that. Hey, against the papa for year, but Namia Barcelona, we are a comfortable league. Hey, comfortable league. I'm going to say. That's true. I don't say. Comfortable league. And you yes. And Barcelona the Bianji, Obiansis, Obian energy. Only problem. Barcelona National. What I see, NOC, Yama. Obagbe free info.
As the kind in Bonotov.
Let me take this opportunity to tell Barcelona fans that they are playing a very good game today. We are playing a very good game today. I like the way they are possessing the game. Ta switch. You look at our first goal. The goal is nice. Yama take the ball and Chibaku Chimi, you know, and take to South Africa and then Pale pull Barcelona.
Okay, yeah, welcome, Biggie. And Barcelona lineup na you know. The coach needed to make some few changes that will give minimum. Gerard Martin maintaining the position. They say Alejandro Baldi, wiki or training and in himself Calbeca squad and all, but coach dropping because still and 1 year fully fit. So Gerard Martin maintained his spot out the left back position. Apart from that, the Christiansen and Ebeyi, the Sankesha Barcelona lineup are ideally and saying a Pau Kubasi and Rona Roy by this time around a Christiansen. Medford Reno, Frankie de Jong and Pedri, they are solid. And then instead of Danny Olmo, the coach started draw. Yeah. And any more front train, Rashford, Lewandowski, Rooney Baji. Nature say, coach, ideally, or planning for the PSG game. Sure. And you know, very interesting. My mama be Barcelona game in home komo yepa. But first controversy ba kwa mi hu say na epie game ni mo kakra. This goal. Sociedad for no say, you know. Now, among forced to say you're offside, but I mean, from this instance, a clear goal, and it's a yes. If I be rank game anymore, but you don't know first answer. And I'm
yes, it's a clean goal, Koku.
Well, Juskunde na we're beating, no. This is Frankie de Jong, and Barcelona for centre back in Rona Arroyo, and Christiansen.
Problem I'm a war,
Gerard Martin.
Problem I'm a war, the positioning of the centre backs. Yes.
Okay.
I am talking about the positioning of the centre backs because social positioning now. Jules Kunde, Echo, or market player now born on Hona or by a cross. So the 2 centre backs, Arojo, Christiansen, Omumienu, should have watched the players of a team of Real Sociedad. I will boxing him.
Really?
Yes. But Osha
picture they were all focusing on the ball.
Now what about Gerard Martin?
Gerard Martin de kwaku ono me pese me kana asem.
Sir.
With no disrespect. Gerard Martin hasn't been that kind of player. Barcelona betimi anya gidie wonimu. Debbie. Enti se wo kana asem bebrebe na ya yese wo tan abrante no. Barca penny for na me nim said the technical team na fa no. But probably he's always going to be that kind of gaga or besheso na se ko Barca left back and a bar. About the bar. No about the position. And you say why the last 2 games of my bona. Even though best started, but I quite we and the coach in the film. No, I shifted Eric Garcia. I did not cross position. No, at the expense of Gerard Martin.
Okay.
Gerard Martin made a mistake. He was late.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time. Gerard Martin be attack or be come. Near the problem ever Barcelona.
Okay.
So I am talking about the 2 central defenders now. More experience, you know, because Araujo Christiansen are 2 experienced central defenders. So it is a Jus Kunde a far player no kita ball now or Babaya cross no. You have to focus on the 2 players about the attack.
Okay. I think from one girl now walk on. So any share ball.
Yes. They are all focusing on the ball.
Okay.
So if they had gotten the attention on the players, probably commit me BB they are found.
Well,
and player no be share goal no is a player of Gerard Martin position. No.
Yeah.
He's a right back.
Yes.
It's the left side of defense for Barcelona. It's the right attacking channel for Real Sociedad. It's a Gerard Martin position. And on fire be play or box anymore.
Well, this and many things that we want to discuss today. You better Arsenal game no so kakra. You have games ni mu nyina we yendo do ho. Biggie. Penalty we. Yeah, referee na nje no. Wanwa. Because ball dey me hu ya me say penalty. But referee na nje.
Kwaku
Then because explanation on dey ba me say. Say Pope and 9 can ball no.
yes.
Ansana or foul.
Player no.
Yes. In the 9 can ball ne dia masa zoomi dia mo. Ne say 9 can ball no.
Yes.
In the 9 can ball na before or foul ne dia according to referees they say enya foul.
Because he got the ball first. And the hormone na many omo ya adwen.
Sir.
Yes. Me share ball for the first time. Make I say clean penalty. Because me na my name be a me train say hormone no e be ye aha. Until me routine for Arsenal then. Until ball no by na say we dey clean penalty. Until when I realized say referee na kwa kwhwe VAR no I was a bit confused. I'm say okay. I'm going to know the benefit of the doubt because omo machines a omo de be hu a yen hu. Until the omo hu no omo ntwa be me yen hwe na yen nyina yen ni dance say yes sanity. But clearly so we incident na first person onya ball na Eucharist. Onya ball no. But unfortunately for Eucharist, oyi ball na free hono no and a ball ne kokko ball Nick Pope 9. Ansana Nick Pope ekotodwe ekoka Eucharist e de na to form. Until there was contact, no crack. I'll bet me a 10 minutes as a penalty. But once the goalkeeper got the ball first, when Arsenal player not can touch a ball there. Kwaku, omoji penalty na enyi.
Me ne mo nyaadwe.
Adentia.
Me I bet to differ. See say goalkeeper na 9 can ball. Na o foul no, it is still a foul.
You are looking at the foul.
Exactly.
Because there was contact.
A penalty.
Of
because
course.
Big ETA, who will chame? When I can ball first, still now we chame. Any penalty, Anna.
A foul, there was contact.
Exactly.
And until na debia ye din koma kwa me catch or say. A kwan na FIFA bottle or FIFA na IFAB, a bottle homa referees, no. A problem. So in this instance, the referee discretion comes to play. Aside Emrano, referee ni who is saying, referee ni betimi adua ma player and probably once he got the ball, it was a slight touch. Then clearly the intention of the goalkeeper was say, onko twa player name oko yi ball. It me a referee amenje. That is the problem. It is how quite enough if our bottle of referees dey kwaku time bia na adin cheche mu beba and sorry to say Mpenifo se krache kwase ya ne bu nkonta boka. Sika no onya di wi a na o ka so on calculate di ode ye ya. Obesese ama na situ aba hwa akwa be de ka ama balance. It once a referee takes a decision, ay questionable. If you ask for reasons into a referee take his decision now, obema reasons and the reasons are genuine.
And me sure say pressure because Ateta the pressure go officials for us. Me sure say no and the man incidents is BBC. Yeah, but let's come back to whatever we want to talk about. And as I say, I'm a Premiership now. It's very interesting. So this is the Premiership table. Here say Liverpool forward 15 points. Arsenal with 13. Crystal Palace 12. Tottenham 11. Sunderland 11. Bournemouth 11. This is the first 6. 15-13.
Yes.
I'm a Premiership and more interested.
Koku 15-13 no, 2 points. 2 points no clearly what it is in the say just one win for the team of that second and then a slip for the team of that first. And you say obi a Arsenal supporter see an empire all born den pa na say Nyankopon nya na dom na nka Liverpool bo boko nkonkote nto baby. The same way na Liverpool supporter so bomb empire. Say Arsenal bobo kuno no to di na chi na all tata no ono nso so nko na nkonkonko to de ben baby. So that is the problem right now. And Liverpool next game e Premier League mu okwa we akwa Chelsea. Go with the osre.
What do they say? You know, accept now kind you know advantage Chelsea now because Chelsea for us so last 5 games or more bread. And they say no, so game never saying.
Also, ever saying. And then you just say do one.
Chelsea without your defenders. And they send the advantage.
Liverpool bought Chelsea in area. Manchester United and Papa Bia. But Manchester United Liverpool a different ball game altogether. So what require more first of big games now. Yeah. And see any easy from Liverpool and from United in yet. But look at the next 2 matches Arsenal will Premier League after the Champions League. Arsenal will West Ham home.
See, Arsenal games a do when
yes, the next 2 games. Arsenal bought West Ham home. About West Ham home we are. Okobo Fulham away. It is a better draw than the next 2 matches of Liverpool. And the Arsenal supporter no, ebenya confidence. Say baby, at the end of within the next 2 games, and as a match week 2, like I did any money there, 2 match weeks no. Or you know what? Obetimi anya bibi papa bi there be. Eddie frame because Obi bought Chelsea. No about Manchester United. I mean, get to say Liverpool team they were quality. Liverpool team they were strong. That is very true. But teams now on Babylon, Chelsea, Manchester United, and these are big teams. And Akasefo na toda omushi omu nyonko Akasefo and found no more and conquering on person between afana so. Enti edin nko ama hu say a difficult game at the Liverpool than say a for Arsenal because West Ham this season it is clear omomode morning conquering West Ham United and can we cut teams are omobetimi ama competition a strong one English Premier League anymore untibi more West Ham enya de ben emfan kan enti so yi omo no esi nchen wi a ebi a team obe hard really kakra be Fulham. But looking at the kind of quality Arsenal kita baller Arsenal ball the squad depth they have and the kind of control our coach friend say Mikel Arteta and now Arsenal team so any the grip and the performance it will Premier League in there clearly found Fulham was our quality no normally a strong side Arsenal bet me a conquer test no until the next 2 matches of Arsenal are relatively cheaper than the next 2 matches of Liverpool.
Arsenal, but that's right. The pressure about Liverpool for so now because it looks like this conversation might obviously pop up. What I say, and Liverpool should be very careful because the Nyamana will get kaki no. One Arsenal, but that's also one conversation. The best Sakura, but we'll come back to that conversation. And then before the game, you know, now it was Lamine Yamal earning the Copa Trophy in the bench supporters. You know.
Baby Joe player. No?
Hey, Lamine Yamal.
How big a player? Oh, free for what do we offer? Fashion.
Oh, free space.
Oh, free space one pa. And that's what we got clear.
And then you question.
Say, okay, good one. Eh, come on. What just say good one? Eh, you be ya. Yes, we are the Barcelona. Eh, you ya. Right. Yes, we are the Barcelona. Asibo, you can say be. Boys na ya de o ma shama ye. It's a Barcelona bi obe hunu bi a o hwe ni ma. O se. Na ni agi. Come. Eso go da benda. Omo ya biom.
What's the Barca force?
Da ba so ni be mo no bia no sere.
Na Madrid force we.
No mu na. Ese yo tasi no kasa. E na coach na say, e na we say.
Omu na say.
O say
omu na no kasa omu say.
E na coach we say no mu na nim. E dey say go si no mu na nim. Obi se sia wo Real Madrid ni bia wo mu na nim. Wo Real ni bia wo. E say osu asiomo.
Suna omu so say.
Ojo bensu.
O da big good name be dia go adibo ya. O nema am for them say. Match one mama for them say. Na go for the share one goal no. Hey! Do Ghana, do kuma say. O be ti go. It on me shimi. Ti Gabi wa oni pa Gabi. No so jo. Na mo dem si jam pote say. E say dem program en ko am for be say me. E na me here fa na wa onim. Bless him flame. E na me say me ba oni problem. E be ye. Me pa me ti say e be di 2-1 pa she 2-1. Nti esuro koda no. Esuro koda. Ye no mu no wo na we ana ifa. Say no mu na da be Christmas no.
E be October ya.
October ya. O beti boboli bobo. E da basa be bobeti boboli bobo. Ro. O beti boboli bobo eh. O beti boboli bobo eh. Rabadri eh. Se usu o na usri o. E da basa be bobeti boboli. Sa po so like ye twen say. Na ke ye no mu enu e be hia. Say o ti bi won beti wa show mu 5. Kofi anakwesi anaza ite ko.
Ye ojo ada basa be lusu match.
Barcelona to be lusu match sa. Ene ko le fi ye bi ki wan kan. Emi se abe no oba match so. Barcelona press be blambo bi mi bwana. Matisi say press be prapra. But president, when I went to computer, no analysis is all about the whole Ghana. President.
Oh, was that held about the pra?
And that one.
And the basically Lamine Yamal
Rafinha.
And Rafinha so
President 4 players.
France so pra.
Myself Barcelona second team with the boy. Second team with the boy. Muka. I don't want
the menu but and Obia pray KT and count. What do you mean well?
But you come down. Hey,
Ojo,
Barcelona the second team. I will watch a match.
And your second team, Lamine Yamal, Massa, and that Barca will lose.
I don't know why Barcelona lose.
Also, that's all.
Oh, they
because you hear me, yes, sure, the
Barcelona. And I ball on ball the same thing. Nobody ta. Switch. Just like
and the real game changer in the game was Lamine Yamal. Quite a bad game in the best Sunday, man. This was a goal denied. I'm saying Lamine Yamal offside. A bit controversial, looking at the position of the rest of the other right back.
Player now that's Romo right back now. The position. And maybe Lamine Yamal jinane there. Kwa no ding.
But paying for Nanji.
But say you draw lines bia. But already you share pitch no. Design no. Pitch and design no. Na you find line. Now you share the two players. I feel the Real Sociedad player ahead of Lamine Yamal.
I'm quite draw by Lamine Yamal ayewe. Back me no be able to discuss game we want some but oh what dey be na
this boy we
it's my main can want some put in yami ho abotre but general assessment about the game there
okay first of all Hansi Flick and I'm born abaso me born Hansi Flick abaso because a Jumana or you know he knows what he's doing. I am saying this because first half of the game, na Barcelona or problem back. Problem na Barcelona wo. Na you drew Fernandes. I am not saying he's a bad player. That's not what I am saying. He's a very good player. A lot of quality. But I thought that young players, no, looking at the age, young Lamine Yamal no younger than Drew. But on your opportunity to me boy, a boni ye. But in your player, beyond the Benya opportunity to be me a boni ye to sell Lamine Yamal. I am saying this because in the first half, a Juma necessary Barcelona number 10, a year, at the boy Barcelona Bobo and the midfield, no, not Drew Fernandes into Minya Sadia. That visionary football, ego eye passes, mfimfi on na ontimi nye so be hold on to the ball adia ba ko Danny Omo etaye no ye ne yie ne se otimi hold on to the ball at the draw players out of their defensive shape or line it's Danny Omo je ball no a okita ball na be more 1 or 2 players e be ba no so momo be ba no so no he's going to make sure that tight space is now creating no the teammates ne betimi aye de ben afasa spaces ne mo and once you move out of your defensive line must say mu defensive shape no but say Juma na ono ne ye no anase eya oyema Barcelona na draw ntimi nye enti Barcelona benya a problem wo mfimfi wono even though no mo control game no
okay
it got to a point in time obi oya observant bi ahu ye there were times that Frankie de Jong je ball na oya so the ball na call the right side of the Barcelona attacker no so the ball na free honom so when you Rooney Badji in a good space or the ball be man no they assign free honom no they about Rashford mo side honom.
These are all things that happen in the first half.
Yes, in the first half because he felt to say draw inexperience and the boss they could in on one until you see boss in the year. And coach in the sport is hard, you know. First thing you hear was to bring in Danny Omo, no you draw from.
No correct. But before you come to the second half, first half they said you can a Trodo because in the first half Barcelona enya 86% ball possession, Cofonia 14.
Yeah.
Barcelona bought 9 shots, 6 of them and an on target. Sociedad for ball 3, only one NA on target. Barcelona 8 corner kicks in the first half alone. It's just say first half no common wood in the
Sure.
Barcelona did the most important thing, but quite quiet to say drew a new one. Ball be dream number 10 one now. The creative hub no na issues
problem because the player is young and inexperienced.
Is that why Hans's first half was to take him out?
Yes. Yes. Because Hans realized it say game na yedin. Say oye inexperienced na on team as expected ne kwaku. And na Barcelona e lead e bia Barcelona a 3, Barcelona a 4-1 bi. And na akwada ne inexperienced ne da so eye adwuma. Menya sure say nka coach no problem because banking experience yankon ko fa ni dwom. And na teaching experience yankon ko fa na sorry dem there bi. Baby, I open experience and every day, and it's a nipa na ye adwuma, not the pick that experience. It's games ni mu na akwala be mistakes no. And one of the be polish and one of they getting the experience to help Barcelona. But the game was tight for Barca. It's not coach ni ntimi nya akwala na park na to say on fan gaining experience. There be e was so uniform. No the players are more experienced, obo ba o metimi anya an instant impact at the bam. Obi ti say Ronnie Badji. Whoever watched the game saw said the player has quality.
Okay.
Only ball. Ojibona, he plays like Lionel Messi. So Obejibona feeling some thing. The final delivery is a problem.
Yeah.
But then found say he was playing well, even better than draw. Coach need decided to obey in a frame. Not the Lamine Yamal Ben because at that moment, on your effectiveness will give him. Because that game na yet dene. Ediama Barcelona.
I think say Rooney Badji no ankasa no ahwe ni performance na that of Lamine Yamal bad game no mu senior Barcelona ball ne sesan no a ese so sua ne mabibiri efrim. For instance, this is one of the chance Lamine Yamal e creatima Lewandowski na make say ball we say ya nipa dodo na engine.
The difference between Lamine Yamal and the other players na ye di on home komo no e effectiveness and the final delivery. The Lamine Yamal ye no Ronnie Badji ye bi yen twetwe yen take on players yen create spaces but Lamine Yamal ye no ni we are the final product obema goal obema assist so what you say but also so twetwe bi wie e create spaces ni nyina wie create chances e ye bibia wie na finally want to be and deliver ball ni ye what twetwe biem e de ama ye say yem fam but attackers ne fam wie ye no wo ko na wo twetwe biem no want to be and pass ball na am fa ma yen. That is the difference between Lamine Yamal and the other guys.
Well,
and Lamine Yamal there go who will be our play ballon d'or there. Say players into the big boy didn't change, you know.
And then watch it so solid.
Of course. Obesa game in the second half. Or change game totally. You could see some firepower on that flank. And that is what Barcelona needed. It will game him.
Well, big impact na the Arsenal game no so kakra about it.
But who Arsenal game no? It was a difficult game for Arsenal. Na enye nwanwa because this season just said yeah on Newcastle bobo and Newcastle dying performance be a was already a be anyone but the what na say Newcastle and how good they play, the kind of energy the games, the kind of mentality. Newcastle approach games with the right mentality. My game ni to say a middle table team they play like a top club. Inti se okwa Newcastle na udim. They wired this season and recently against clubs almost so. Me assure say na ye den a we yamba hyehyɛ. Me hu line up na ade ba ko a eba me tirim ni say Eddie Howe emfa ho say obo attacking football. Na onye obi o city deep bebre. But against Arsenal he wants to give respect to the Arsenal strength. Because football they be about strength and weaknesses. It do show opponent strength. No one map a strategy or the best stopping a strength. No, stopping a strength in year. Then you map up another strategy. Now they are capitalizing on the weakness. It will decide they say the setup and clearly, especially the right side of the Arsenal attack, and the left side of Newcastle defense. No, Obe make sure say Obe numbers or no they stop Bukayo Saka because he's the most dangerous player for Arsenal. It will you see a central defender than Ben. And then they come as a left back because of a player friend is Bukayo Saka. Because Kevin Trippier, our bencher, minim the NTS Okoko is than Ben as a left back. Because Trippier gives you options about right back, about left back, and he attacks very well. But coach in the setup clearly actually say onko attack bebre. So obeko bebre krampona, obere the position of a player friend is Livramento. Ono na be a lot of the attacks. But Dambe position they on to be Ninja Bukayo Saka. That was one thing I realized. And in a way, it affected the performance of Newcastle. Because now only player on the left side of defense or to supported the attack. It's almost quite any move on. Now Jumani Anthony Gordon so on that flank. And it's all here. Anthony Gordon now and to me and check out mobile baby Anthony Gordon. Because now on your support was our flank so Dan Ben Koba no home change.
To the tanker pie master
when you overheat. So Emma almost attacking channels no ebe minimal. And that gave Arsenal some sort of breathing space.
Right.
Problem back coming who here was Arsenal central defense and the Mosquera. Ball no na and said that yet is a Mosquera na no. But there are always those games, no matter the kind of quality you have. I remember that reality check.
I said, "Botama the hard drink a crap."
No one thing, Kwaku. That was one thing I saw.
And say, "No, man, Gabriel Magalhaes is status or Tata."
Yes. So here, coach, need a quick substitution or the Saliba Bem. Because Magalhaes in Kwakra no obre. The player is very strong. Well, the upper body strength and so, and Eberechi Eze. Kwaku, that boy. Nipa bia wo sito ahụ bompa ye se Nyankopon be ye wadom na wadwuma bia wo ye bia no se ye adwuma ye talent exhibition a bompa ye se Nyankopon be ye wadom na obi a wo soro na wanya din ebe fawo na do abata ne ho because the wo ye no e bia wo nim ye pa o but this time be bia wo ntini nipa nhu
Trudo
Eberechi is a born na obo wa Arsenal since he joined Arsenal. I guess I will be a different player from time and all Crystal Palace. Just because the Arsenal platform is way bigger than the Crystal Palace platform. It is all pass back Arsenal, not fair. It is said the all pass back 5 and answer 10 or Crystal Palace.
I just said Michael Olise at Crystal Palace was giving top performance.
Yes.
He's giving, in fact, he's just giving about 50% to Bayern Munich. But look at the kind of attention.
And Bayern spotlight, you know, and I'm a man for you. Because Bayern is up there. The same thing applies to play a friend say better cheer. But now and I'm so I'm a penalty by that controversial incident. And so a buy a joker's penalty. Where pass now as a bomber Sakana. It was like similar to the Omni Manchester City or boy and a call Martinelli on the go to buy no. Okay. Baby or picky ball and the baby na Bukayo Saka Gina. I want to play a beer one in chamber because sporty Sakano. The guy is a good player.
This incident, and IABBA, Newcastle see a real. How is this not a penalty? Now the referee say, Born here say Gabriel body and Sana Ebe Boninsa. For that matter, a penalty. Newcastle say order form never born inside. That's a different argument. But wait here, we're paying inside. And the hand is far from the body. So it does not come in. The kind of quotation and the clauses they are saying, this does not explain it. How is this not a penalty from the Newcastle's headquarters? A strange joke. We can do controversies be pre.
Na vai nti ana ava na so yema robot ntena ho
A bedroom maybe sa na be
because nipa na ete va na ho no omo na ma va na ye va o problem to say nti na ye de va bae but nipa na ete akire ni nti no va no it's not really serving its purpose because of nipa na ete va na chi no because first in your bobo we are these are the kind of discussions I have after the game.
yeah.
I don't know my game na you do. And the chini any banana game na you interesting. But almost you could your mom jina go pramana sono. Into the machine be buy be boam ye yisa de na free. But ye yisa de na free on the machine de oya na dwuma. But nipa na ete machine na chino. And no me how because and no show the Mohamed Salah incident. Now catch say enye foul. Now ba be hwe now catch say enye foul. But Victor Yokeres ball ne there. Usinti no a clean ball. Goalkeeper ne na etch ball ne ka crab you. Yes, sir. Then it looks like say teams need be feel say who see omo. That is what the problem is. Because according to the FIFA rule, the player na top form. Na ne nsa na ball ne be ball no. Ne nsa na o dey see form no. They supporting the body ne there enye penalty. Because you betimi afa no say nya ne nsa na e bi obebo form e pra. Until insana odisi for my supporting hon ekobo ya any problem. But insana we peja was thrown the ekobo a penalty. So now the big question is, did the ball really touch his body and sana ekobo insana?
Born in the born. According to them, they say a born a ball.
Say born in nine no and sana
born a body and sana
ekobo inside. Then it is also not a penalty.
But born inside Newcastle, we pay inside.
Yes. MD say born body ne dia kwaku. Emfa won ne nsa we pagya. The FIFA rule states say born ne can touch any part of the body and sa na akobo ne nsa enye foul.
When the hand is in the natural position, right?
Debbie
Or unnatural position.
Any position once it touches any part of the body first before it touches the hand.
See this kind of things in a law, hurts because still if a ball be inside. I'm just giving an situation. I'm just creating a scenario. Say Newcastle player Gina, maybe born in direction Eba.
Yeah.
Oh, say Gabriel and 89.
Of course, Emma born opportunity.
Yeah. How does that come in this regulations?
And no na me know ya adwen say Emran say if the hand is not in its natural position, a foul. So it is a dana ho a enye foul. But we peja a foul. But the Mrakona sounds to say di kan born ho na makwa baby. And sana be born in dia and found position kro. Well, big foul. Eti Emra no kwaku.
Yes, style. Anyway, obey the yeah, that's what I say. Sisi amene waka say Barcelona for free stadium interviews ni movie. Be bobo no nyina no dia bro. Omone PSG. Oyo?
Yes, boss.
PSG game no.
Match I fukula no.
Hey,
o match PSG be shom. Enye se me ntwa me no. Match I fukula ansa match PSG. Oh, PSG there. Okay, se bi ka ye be mu share me bora. Se mu share 2-1 3. Mu share more goals.
Champions League winner na onene ka.
Oh, yeah, that's the Chelsea shom. Chelsea kula he me kula shom. Chelsea. Chelsea Emre.
Ojo
Chelsea 5 matches. Chelsea 5 matches wa winning match. This is our boss.
Yo.
5
Chelsea supporter.
Oh, Chelsea.
Supporter.
Oh, Ndoso. Chelsea. Oh, yes, boss. Yo.
Ogubere men kabi kwa.
Yo.
Tell me Champions League kwa me mobi.
O say
de men kabi.
Ono Man U ni o Man U.
I say Man U there mu coach the friend Amori. Coach that Sazaro.
Dey e wa ha edu ha.
And now I say now for Wednesday and Tuesday.
E be hwe.
Wednesday.
Yeri si.
Yes.
Yeri si.
Okay.
Yakopon shira baby Joe.
Na me shawusu.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Brother. Ebaba near the next video. Nija Bronya Kopon Shirabi. Thank you.